amazing, by the way.
No, we're going to get to that.
But not as good as Raquel, mate.
We'll get to that. No, realistically, Raquel would be amazing, but just considering we can't score goals for Celtic at this point in time and we need a striker, I think Tevez' work rate and deadline in front of goal, terrific. I like Llorente as well. I'm just talking about Juventus, really. But what we'll do is we'll move on and we'll come back to what Louis' point was. Torres' goals for Atletico against Real Madrid. You just mentioned how much you like them. Do you think he's going to actually recapture the form that made him one of the best strikers in the world, Lee?
I think if he's going to recapture any sort of form, it's going to have to be there.
Because he hasn't done it already. This is the only chance he has, Lou. Literally, the past has already happened.
Listen, Boud, I don't like to cut your jib, right? No, I just think it's the perfect club for him to be at just now for how things have been working out for him at Chelsea and at AC. He probably should have went back there straight from Chelsea. I think he kind of wasted his time a bit at AC. But if he can't find his form there where he feels most comfortable, where he's most welcomed by the supporters and the club,
and where he's from, like his family are from
exactly,
Madrid as well, so.
Then there's something wrong. But those two goals he didn't do much else in the game, but those two goals I'm sure will just do wonders for his confidence.
If you look at that finish for the first one, that would have ended up in the stand when he was at Chelsea or whatever, and it was absolute peach.
I completely agree. I think that the first one, the composure, it's the first minute, it's the derby, your first game back. And
most of the time,
Real Madrid.
When it's just instinctive, he's fine. But when he's got time to think, now that obviously wasn't the case.
It's the Kenny Miller of Spain.
That's again, you're nailing it, Boud.
The Chelsea goal to send them through to the Champions League final was probably his biggest moment. Well, that must have been his biggest moment for Chelsea, and yet he had an absolute age to think about that one, but he still made the right decision. But I mean, that goal, as you say, it was brilliant. Hopefully he can kick on, but they did say that his fitness wasn't quite up to their standard. They said that he was carrying a bit of weight, and his general fitness had to improve if he was going to stay in the team. So he's obviously got that to work on.
Atletico's a very fit, very well organised team. So
yeah, just some stats in terms of Torres. So, you know, when he was actually, I didn't realise how many goals he actually scored at Atletico, because one thing I always used to say was he's a great player, but when he was at Atletico he wasn't actually as prolific. He fucking was. 82 goals in 214 games. His last three seasons, it's, 16, 13 and 14. You're talking about Atletico Madrid at that point, who didn't have the team they've got now. They weren't challenging, so to hit pretty decent figures,
between 1 and 2, 1 and 3, and he's got his earlier seasons where he's not as prolific.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. Liverpool, his first season, he got 24 goals in 33 games. Second season, 14 goals in 24 games. Third season, 18 in 22. So those stats are
how pish is that, Ciaran, eh?
Those stats are phenomenal. His last season at Liverpool, which was only up until January, 9 and 23. Then at Liverpool, and then at Chelsea, 1 and 14, 6 and 32, 8 and 36, 5 and 28. And
that's kind of consistent with his first spell at Atletico.
No, it's not, Brian. Yes. It's really not.
In terms of goals scored, that is.
So, what? It's not.
Alright. A 1 in 3 ratio has continued throughout his career.
Does everyone else think he's going to do well at Atletico, or?
This guy coming in asking questions. I don't know. I
think if there's anywhere that he's going to recapture this form,
that's the best place for him. Yeah.
Kieran, you're a Manchester.
Last week was a rarity.
You're a Manchester United fan. There's rumours that De Gea and £40 million for Gareth Bale. Who would come out best in that? Would it be Real Madrid or Manchester United?
Real Madrid. Getting a good quality keeper.
Do you think he's worth £40 million?
According to you, yes, yeah. From the talk we were having, before, I didn't think he was really worth 40 million, because this is his first good year he's had with United. He said first one or two seasons were a bit rocky, and he was trying to find his feet, but now he has kind of established himself as a number one keeper and a good keeper.
Are there any better keepers in the Premiership? Who?
Courtois.
Lloris.
I agree. I think they're all
Maybe
they're all
Foster. When you look at Foster's stats, but then it's not all about stats. It's about how you actually perform on a day.
Absolutely.
But
I think if you look at De Gea, though, there is only maybe two keepers that would kind of challenge him for that spot, and it would probably be Courtois and Lloris, who had a great game for Spurs at the weekend.
But I just don't see this big fascination as we're getting Bale into Man United. Where's he going to play? Di Maria get chased out of Real Madrid because Bale came in. So if Bale comes in now, they're going to chase Di Maria away after spending, 69?
Do you think Van Gaal's just mental? He'll buy Gareth Bale and play him in goal or something.
Buy some defenders first before you go buy more attacking players. You get enough.
What happened to Rojo? Is he still injured?
He came back. He started on the weekend. I've seen him play on the weekend.
Gareth Bale
has back as well.
Gareth Bale this season has 13 goals in 20 games, and he's not even really playing up front. So you're talking about a winger who's scoring 13 goals in 20 games.
Thing is,
you know what you're getting with Gareth Bale.
Man U are the only club that could realistically buy him. Just as the same as they're the only club that could realistically buy Messi because of the financial fair play.
How?
Because of how it all works out. Because of the other clubs just now are at a kind of... I don't quite know how it works, but they're almost at a limit. They can't be spending that much money.
I'm pretty sure Man City can buy Messi.
No, due to the financial fair play, they can't. Because all
Man City need to do, all the sheiks own Man City needs to do is come up with another fake advertising contract, name the stadium,
like £1 billion,
500 million for it, and then thingy. There's ways around it, so they could. So get it around you, Louis.
This will be my last time.
You're taking a bit of a pounding.
I know,
you started it with your whole fist idea.
With my fucking quality insight, I'm quite offended, to be honest with you.
About what you're going to say?
I think the reason that Van Gaal wants Bale is because he's another left back, and they need cover in that position. Just revert back to where he used to play. It's
under Harry Redknapp at Tottenham Hotspur.
Big Reddles.
There you go. Boud De Gea, how good do you rate him?
He's fantastic. I absolutely agree with you. Ciaran said he had kind of a few shaky scenes of it. I mean, he's just a young keeper, learning, growing as a person and a player.
Okay, fella.
What? And a player? As a person? What are you talking about?
You know, those young years, they're difficult. But anyway... Yeah, no.
Boud, I've got a question for you. I was going to tweet in. Who do you think was a better keeper when they left Atletico Madrid? De Gea or Courtois?
After Neuer, Courtois is possibly the best goalkeeper in the world.
But even the hype of De Gea when he left to go to Man U.
Sorry to interrupt, but Leighton Baines has just got a free kick, so this is going to back up all that chat earlier on. And he never even took it. But then I didn't think he was playing. Why did he not take the penalty that Everton have just missed?
Because Morales
took it and wouldn't get to anybody.
I thought Baines was their designated penalty taker.
I think he was at one point. I don't know. Anyway, because he hadn't missed and then he missed. It doesn't matter. But Bowdy, so you think Courtois over De Gea?
Yeah, if I had to choose one of those, but I think De Gea's an outstanding player. I think Man U are, as much as any team would do well to get Gareth Bale, if you've got a great goalkeeper, you don't let him go.
Yeah, because there isn't actually that, in terms of goalkeeping is a position that never... there's thousands of centre backs you can buy, but goalkeeper is so specialised, and if you get a good one, you got to hold on to it. Like Love.
They've brought in Valdez, so not unless that's
Valdez is pish though, and he's injured and he's old.
People like to hate on Valdez, but you're right with he's old. He's only got, even if he hits great form, has he got 1-2 seasons left?
What age is he?
I think 32 or something.
32. He's had a major injury. You're taking a... Now, he could go on to be 42 and still playing at top level, but you're taking a risk. Why give up somebody in his young 20s for that?
I agree.
Where did Atletico Madrid get Courtois from?
Chelsea.
No, but was he not already there and then?
No, he was in Belgium and
Chelsea
bought from Valdez is 33. So you're to bring
wages Craig Gordon.
31.
There you go. It's a decent age for a goalkeeper.
But the point is,
Was Edwin van der Sar no kicking about that when he went to Man U?
aye, no, absolutely.
Still squeezed a few more years out.
The point with Boud is he's rubbish. He's just never been very good. So
I think Valdez is a cracking goalkeeper.
Of course you do. You know what I mean? We're not talking. Come on, let the big boys talk. Like that about it.
It's pretty good.
But yeah,
Valdez is decent. A lot of people overrated him. Now people just like to hate on him.
nah, he's an average goalkeeper who will do a job.
Now that
for
he's
you.
at a quality club, the best thing will come out.
Fuck off.
That was for you, Marek.
So Messi's 30th hat trick. If he was to leave Barcelona,
He said that like Marek would listen to this shit.
excuse me, Louis. If it, Messi, right, joking aside,
Excuse me, Lou's the teacher in here.
Messi's 30th. But I'm the host. Messi's 30th hat trick for Barcelona.
Excuse me, gal.
If he was to leave Barcelona,
Co-host.
where would you like him to go, and where do you think he should go?
He wouldn't fit anywhere else. He's just Barcelona, that's it. You can never see him in another jersey.
I can't really give a fuck, to be honest. He could just stay at Barcelona, why not?
Great insight there.
He couldn't really fit anywhere else. The best or second best player in the world,
he
depending
could,
on your
right,
point
I don't
of view.
mean fit. I meant fit in terms of the club. He could obviously play in any team he wanted to play for, but it just wouldn't seem right seeing Messi anywhere else. Can you imagine Messi in a Chelsea shirt? It would just...
If he went to
horrible.
England, I think it would be horrible because it would be to Chelsea or Man City, and that would be horrible. If he went to a Juventus, that would be terrific. If he went to, do you know what I was actually thinking today? Genuinely, Messi. Now this would never happen for financial reasons, but I would love to see Lionel Messi join
Celtic.
AC Milan. Because see someone like I'll see AC Milan just to totally rejuvenate them. Messi, if Messi was
Where's he going to go? His only real choice is to go to England. Is it not?
PSG,
Or PSG?
yeah.
Yeah,
Bayern Munich.
it's England or PSG.
Bayern Munich as well. They could.
Yeah, it's a good point, and you've got the Pep link there. The thing, you're absolutely right about Milan. I mean, he could get them into UEFA Cup without problem. Europa League.
That's funny. No, but my point is, though, see if you're Messi, though, and you have done everything other than win the World Cup, but you can't do that at club level because it's an international tournament. But no, like, you've done everything and you're sitting there and you think, right, okay, I'm just going to go to Chelsea and it'll be the same, pushing and, the same quality. Or you could go and try and kickstart a sleeping giant. It's obviously a romantic idea and it would never happen. I just thought it was quite a cool thing that, yeah. I'm sure if, the Berlusconi turned round, and I'm sure he could rustle up a couple of bucks for somewhere, a couple of lira. Wouldn't you want to with that? This is
Couple of lira.
It's lira, right? Nah, it's obviously
20 years ago.
It's obviously the euro, so thingy. But yeah, so Messi, I'd like to see Messi Milan. I think was the point. Moving on to Juventus and Serie A, Juve pull 5 points clear of Roma, which is delicious. Roma drew at the weekend. Pogba, how good is Pogba, Louis?
On a scale of 1 to 10, he's hitting a strong 9, I think it is.
Strong 9, is it?
Aye.
Lovely stuff. That's terrific.
I watched the first kind of 10-15 minutes at the game at the weekend, but they just started dominating life, so I thought it was the point. Pogba, I mean, you've seen a hell of a lot more of him than I have, but it was one of the true or false questions this week.
90MinuteCynic.com. Check it out. True or false?
/ a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, and the question was whether you think he has to move in order to fulfil his potential, and I think it was a kind of mixed bag response-wise.
I don't think he does, but
I think he will. I think he will leave, but I think he'll probably be in the summer. I don't think he would go just now. I think they'll do their best to keep him during January.
I know.
But I think he's naturally going to go to
I know that the phrase,
one of the biggest clubs in the world.
The phrase, footballer, the words footballer and loyalty are, they don't really go together anymore. But I think he genuinely, he's happy that Juventus paid a lot of money for a guy who was in the reserves at Manchester United. They showed faith in him. They put him in the team almost instantly. And I think he signed a new contract. I think he'll be there. He is only 21. So I think he'll be there for at least 3 years.
He's ridiculous for 21.
Aye, he's mad. He's mad. That doesn't make a lot of sense, really. He's
Half
mad.
is not.